Welcome to night 2 of the WrestleMania preview with the Heel Heat. It is I, Paulinho, your host. Jay, the one that wants to be acknowledged, the man without the title. And we got HB Grown Ass Man. previously known as Beef Lee. Back at you with night 2 of the WrestleMania preview. Let's go. All right. Let's start it off with the entertainment match, one which I'm kind of torn. Bobby Lashley versus Omos.
I'm not torn.
I am torn. Benny, why are you not torn?
I'm not torn. I 100% think Omos is winning this match. I 100% think Omos is winning this match, and I think it is because MVP turns on Lashley.
Ooh, the swerve.
Ooh. That actually makes a lot of sense because Omos definitely does need a mouthpiece.
Omos needs a mouthpiece. He needs somebody to make him feel credible outside of, doing handicap matches against Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz. And, like I said, MVP can do that for him. And just a little aesthetic thing that I noticed on Monday, Lashley came out in his gear.
Yep.
He came out in his gear. He didn't come out in a suit. The other thing is they sat up here and they had, what the hell is his name? Kevin Patrick, I think it is. The ring, the backstage person. They all blend together outside of Kayla. So but he asked him on Monday, he was just like, you haven't been knocked off your feet. Has there been anything, who do you think can actually provide you with a challenge? So they made a point to notice that he had not been knocked down yet. And if Lashley was actually winning this match, they would not have wasted that moment on Raw. They would have built to it in the match and had that been the turning point. So, on just by storytelling and what I'm seeing so far, this is Omos.
Okay.
Omos.
Jay has been sold.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of torn on this one because I do agree Omos needs this, and then Bobby could take the loss. And you're building Omos. You can't have him lose. But I'm just torn on, I don't want Bobby to lose. This is
it's not even just that. Lashley was just WWE champion, and that's what it is with everybody.
No.
There's no reason for that.
You could have probably used another one or two people out there instead of Bobby. But I'm going Omos. I have to. My head over my heart. All right. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. Triple threat tag team match, which is one of the two big tag team matches on night 2. You got RK Bro defending against Street Profits and Alpha Academy at the same time. This is going to be interesting.
This one, I literally don't know who's gonna. This is literally one of those where I have no freaking idea who is gonna win this match. But I do know one thing: the Street Profits better turn heel.
I think they kind of showed a little bit on Monday.
They're that tweener team where it's like they still sell too much merch, but they're taking them off TV more and more so that the merch sales go down so that they can turn them heel. But I 100% think it's going to be Street Profits, and it's going to be one of those OG radicals, like Eddie Guerrero level, cheat level type of wins where it feels cheap, it feels dirty, and I'm going to love it.
Street Profits?
Yes, sir.
We could literally each have 3 different answers for this one.
We're not.
Benny?
Because I have the Street Profits too, and I'm pretty sure y'all didn't see the thing because for whatever reason I can't get anything.
No, I saw the cup.
My background.
I
have my red cup up there. I got the Street Profits on this one too. Honestly, I think that somebody said it earlier. I can't remember who it was, but they said out of this entire thing, the Street Profits have had the most character development out of any team in this. RK Bro's been going for a very long time, and you have an inevitable endpoint with that one, which is the two of them facing off, and it has to be at a big 4, big 5. So
Saudi.
I don't. Oh well, you do that too. But I'm ready for them to have them belts back. So even if the story wasn't sitting up here pointing towards that, I'm going hard overhead on this one, and I'm going to go full on Street Profits. Throw them red cups in the air. It's time for some smoke.
No lie, they need to rename TLC Blood Money.
That's a little too on the nose.
Or bad blood. Bad blood. Them bringing back.
There you go.
That'd be perfect for the Saudi Arabia show.
All right, so I'm torn because of the fact that I know for a fact Alpha Academy is not going to win this. So let's just say Alpha Academy is there to take the pin.
Thank you.
I can see RK Bro winning this, but then feuding individually with Street Profits and losing at the next. Let me correct myself before I say it. I have to say it correctly. For Vince.
Pay-per-view.
No, premium.
No, pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view. There are 3 things right now we are not renaming: pay-per-views, Pete Dunne, and Walter.
Yep.
We ain't doing that up in here, bro. Hell no.
So
no.
I think I believe RK Bro is gonna retain it, but they're gonna feud individually with the Street Profits, and the Street Profits are gonna turn. They're gonna turn in this match. They're not gonna win, but they're gonna feud, and they will drop the titles on the next pay-per-view to the Street Profits. So I say RK Bro retains. With Alpha Academy taking the pin, but the Profits turning heel, complete full-on heel at Mania. All right, celebrity match number 2. Oh,
The one I actually want to see?
Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, not that one. That's not the one I want to see.
We have 3 celebrity matches on WrestleMania now. Jeez Louise. All right, so this one is kind of torn because I know in the last one we said that Cody Rhodes might come in on that Seth Rollins match. But now I'm starting to wonder, what if Seth Rollins and Shane McMahon do fight and it's just a one-on-one? And what if Cody doesn't come on this match and just beats the snot out of Sami Zayn?
I mean, sure, it definitely gives him a feud off the rip. But not for nothing, that's a drop-off between debuting against Seth Rollins versus debuting against Sami Zayn.
This is the reason why. This is why I'm rethinking it now. Because of the fact, do you want Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, a match that will get you seats in the arena, to just be just, hey, I'm here, let's have a match, no storyline, nothing? Or do you want Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, storyline and all, feuding with the climaxing match later on?
Let me put
what promotion are we talking about?
In my opinion on this one, if we were talking about a situation where Saudi was in May, then I would agree with you. But that isn't until September. So I don't think that you really have, like, aside from right now, as much as I hate to admit it, what's the next biggest show after WrestleMania in their eyes?
TLC
Saudi show, the Saudi shows. So that would be TLC this year, not even SummerSlam. So if they were going to build to something like that, it would have to be for that. And I think there's too much time.
And we're talking about storytelling in WWE. No, thank you.
Hell in the Cell is the next pay-per-view after Mania. Oh, sorry, no, it's Backlash. My bad. Backlash.
Or WrestleMania
It's actually just
Backlash.
Okay, I was gonna say it wasn't WrestleMania Backlash. Okay,
We gotta get it right. It's WrestleMania Backlash now.
it's fucking Backlash with the swinging hooks and shit from back in the early 2000s.
Yeah. So Jay, who do you got in this one?
Because it's a celebrity match, I'm gonna go with Johnny Knoxville. Like, this is actually the celebrity gimmicky celebrity match, and it's an anything goes match. So and Johnny Knoxville is actually coming off a severe brain injury, so they're going to protect him as much as possible. So I think somehow it's gonna be Johnny Knoxville. I'd actually be surprised if they let Sami Zayn come out of this one, especially because it doesn't even fit into his character.
Benny?
Johnny Knoxville. Sami Zayn is going to get jumped by the entire Jackass crew.
I could definitely see that happening.
And because it honestly fits his character going forward, too.
Imagine they throw Wee Man off the top of the rope. Oh, man. I hope they do a bit where Steve-O comes out, tries to help him, and then farts in Sami Zayn's face.
Nice.
Straight up stink face style.
Yeah, I can see. If they keep Knoxville, he's gonna win it. He's got to. Sammy's.
What do you mean if they keep him?
I can see them pulling off something like I was saying, Cody Rhodes in there. I can't compete medically, or whatever. So I bought an alternate.
Oh, you mean keep him in the match? I thought you meant keep him after WrestleMania. I'm like, bro, they're literally doing it to both the movie.
No. I mean, keep him the match and everything. But he's like, look, I can't wrestle because maybe they might do something might happen on Friday because we're recording before Friday's SmackDown. Something might happen on Friday, whereas he's iffy for Mania. But then he's hey,
I can see that.
I can't, so I have a replacement, and then boom.
I can see that being Elias too.
It could be.
That being Shane McMahon.
Nah, I can see it being Cody. That's the thing is everybody wants to Seth Rollins and Cody is I'm thinking about it now after the previous one.
Oh God, no.
Easy answer.
Here. I got no
Cody
now.
and Seth is an easy answer. But if you want to just bring in Cody and get the pop, you bring him in with Sami. Sami just drops to him. There's no.
You're not gonna get. That's the thing. You're not gonna get a pop at that point. You're not gonna get the pop at that point because everyone's gonna expect it for Seth. So even when it happens, it's gonna be really, you guys did it for this. You're gonna get a pop, but it's not gonna be as loud as it's gonna be if it's.
You know what it's gonna be, just because of the fact that you remember WrestleMania 35, where everybody wanted Cena versus Angle.
Mm-hmm.
And you ended up with Corbin versus Angle, and Cena was on the show doing a bit with Elias. That's how it's gonna feel.
Yeah.
So let's say, I don't know, but if we were to go along that line where he said, I can't compete or whatever, I've got to bring somebody else in. There's your opportunity to bring Gable Stevenson in too. In that case, you don't bring him in and have him dead in the water.
That's a really big, and you solidify him as one of your top baby faces.
Mm-hmm. I think the only thing working against it in that situation is Gabe Stevenson is on Raw. And Sami Zayn is a SmackDown guy. That's if you want to keep that continuity, which, this is WWE, so I just told myself
and the draft is going to come up sooner. The draft is in 4 months. So
it's Mania. And I think they've been kind of ignoring it because if you think about it, Monday Ricochet.
They ain't got no buddies.
They're just doing that this week.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, what's to say they don't do it this weekend as well too though?
Well, they're gonna do it on Saturday. Well, not Saturday, Friday. So, and
Yeah.
it's a combined show anyway. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't be surprised if they do it on the weekend too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing is like we're dropping Seth Rollins as if he was like a mid-tier person. He's not really mid-tier. He's still upper tier. Yes, he can take losses, but you don't want to give up pay-per-view matches or good matches having him like jobber out. Like even though he's not jobbering out, but you know what I mean though. It's like you're gonna have Cody Rhodes debut against Seth Rollins and lose.
I don't think he jobs.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I think it's a legit match.
Let me.
It's a legit match, but then it's like
squash.
But the thing is, you can't have Seth get squashed by Cody. You can't have Cody lose to Seth. So pretty much Seth has to lose to Cody. So he's pretty much gonna lose. Like it's not a squash, but he's gonna lose. You don't really want that. You want to save that match for your pocket for later on. That's what I'm trying to say.
And when have they ever saved a match for the right time? They've literally not done that for the past decade.
I don't know.
They just haven't done it. Like the record doesn't work for that theory. I understand what you're saying, and I get what you're saying, and it makes sense from that perspective. And if we were in January, I'd 100% agree with you. Because I'm like, oh no, that's the perfect way to build towards Mania. But we're at Mania. You're not going to get bigger than this.
Yeah, but the thing is too, we have to remember is every time we think, hey, no brainer is the obvious thing WWE's going to do, they come with some dumb shit.
There's still really no confirmation that Cody even signed.
No, he did.
Like,
I know he signed.
He signed.
I get everybody saying that, and I have still not seen him say like, "Hey, I signed," or until he debuts, I won't believe it. That's my biggest thing, is because there have been so many okie dokes, and there have been so many people saying like, "Oh, he signed, he's not signed, he's backstage, he's not backstage," blah 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 blah. Like, there's been a lot of that.
Yeah,
but again, to debut him, my whole thing is to debut him against Sami Zayn. It's a notch up for Sami Zayn, but it's now to me, you're telling me how to see Cody, which is an upper mid card act. The point of him, that's the thing. Seth Rollins is, especially with his character, is to the point now where wins and losses don't matter. They don't. Because he can lose for the next 6 months and still be a viable option for Roman Reigns to show up and be a contender. And people would eat the shit up.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if he loses. He's not that guy anymore where you have to prove that he's legit. He is nothing. He literally can't do anything else in WWE. There's nothing else for him to do. And then if they have like a unified title, then fine. That's something for him to chase. But there's nothing else for him to do. Like,
and here's the thing though. This is part of why I'm saying Cody will probably end up going to SmackDown because of this. Because you need a fresh face for Roman. What fresher face can you give him than Cody?
Well, again, unless they completely did a 360 and scrapped what's next after Mania, the next guy up is Drew, which they saved from Survivor Series last year.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, after Drew, who do you have? Remember, Roman has to retain the belt for a whole year.
Again, and you can run this program from now until SummerSlam.
Right, I know, and I get that. I'm not disagreeing with you.
And and then again, you still have a guy who they have him on the shelf for a reason in Damian Priest.
No, Damian Priest is a heel now.
I'm not saying that's the thing about what Roman's character. It doesn't matter about heel, face, whatever. He's at the top of the mountain, period. That he's at the top of the mountain. Doesn't matter heel, face, or otherwise.
Don't worry. There's nothing to worry about. Charlotte Flair is going to take Roman Reigns' title from him.
I'm waiting for the day where they let like, Becky Lynch or something hit him with a schoolboy and take the title. I'm waiting for that day.
Anyway, getting back to this, I'll put Knoxville and whoever he comes with, but Sami's not going to win this match.
I agree.
I will laugh because they always tap our damn lines. They always tap our damn lines. Because the last thing I remember hearing was that he's like, you probably heard it too, Benny, because we both heard that he's been signed. He's been signed like a while back, like a couple weeks or a month ago, something like that. But they just haven't figured
before
out.
The Jacksonville.
Yeah, before Jacksonville. They just haven't figured out a way to debut him yet. I don't know why, or they're working out storyline, but supposedly his debut is going to be at Mania. So
that's what I'm saying. I think either he like it doesn't make sense to put him in a lesser role. The one thing I can see them doing is they hold the debut and they do it tomorrow. Still against Seth though. They wait till tomorrow. But you also have to take into I mean not tomorrow, till Monday.
Oh.
Till Monday. But you also now have to take into account whoever wins. That's why I said Monday.
So after Mania.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like if they don't do it at Mania, they're gonna do it after Mania. And
something to pop.
Also, it just dawned on me. You don't necessarily have to say, well, Roman needs who's the next guy for Roman, because Roman can feud with two different people now. Because they're unifying the title, which means the champion's going to be on both shows.
That's right. For that.
This is a title unification match. So it doesn't actually matter. You can have him feud with Cody on Raw and Drew on SmackDown. If you really wanted to slice it that way.
Either that or you have him feud with Drew. Once the Drew feud is over, by that time you should have rebuilt Lashley up to the point where he can step in.
Mm-hmm. But then again, it also kind of kills. Now it kills your product because it's like we've seen both of these already.
Well, see, here's the thing: if you're gonna do this, you have to build up the mid-tier titles. You have,
and they're burying the champions. That's the thing I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to build the mid tier, but you're also burying the champions. So
what has to happen is you got to get the titles onto somebody that Vince actually gives a damn about. In which I think it was Luke Owen earlier. That he can almost guarantee that on the Monday after WrestleMania, Austin Theory is going to win the U.S. title.
I could see it. I definitely could see it. But then, Finn Balor. I could see that happening, and I could see Cody Rhodes getting the Intercontinental title put him back on him. I could definitely see that too. Because as much as
to build the mid-tier titles, if you're gonna have a unified title.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. The only reason why they put it on Ricochet is somebody saw the record, was like, oh, by the way, Ricochet is like, from percentage standpoint, he's like our highest rated mid-card babyface, and we need to put the title on the mid-card babyface. So hey, just throw it on Ricochet. Which is like, but are you going to give him a run? And we all knew when he took the title, like they're not going to give him a real run with it.
No,
it's gonna be like he's a transitional champion.
I mean, just look at the both title holders, Rico and Finn Balor.
Yep,
two people he doesn't believe in.
Nope, at all. And the people are gonna argue with it because they're gonna be like, oh, he put the title on them because he believes in it. It's like they're transitional champions. They're Dolph Ziggler's at this point. Think about it. The other three quote unquote male champions are all transition champions.
Yeah, I mean, just look at what happened to Rico on Monday. Freaking lost to Austin Theory.
Right. And then they're fucking putting the NXT title in regular ass low level tag matches. So like, this is how I know Vince has fully entrenched his influence in NXT, because like that's some bullshit. And the person being protected in NXT is Carmelo Hayes, which is wicked. Oh, side note, did you hear about the tweet that Velveteen Dream put out?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear it.
Pretty much he's like, I've kind of let things, like, he's kind of like, I let things go for a little while, but there's not been any proof that I did anything that those people say I did. I'm still 26. Like, yo, I still got stuff to accomplish in WWE. Like, yo, give me a call. I'm like, I get everybody's upset. I get everybody is like, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. And a bunch of people are not going to lie on him and la, 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 la. But my whole thing is Deshaun Watson just made $230 million. So I'm kind of looking at it where it's like, if you're not going to press charges and you're not going to charge those people, and pretty much we've seen in the past that people just like to move on to the next thing and just let certain indiscretions go. NXT needs Velveteen Dream in the worst way.
But here's my thing, though. Velveteen Dream was successful with Trips. Can he be successful under Vince? That's the difference right there.
Here, the thing is, I've never seen, at least it's not been proven to me at this point, that it seems like everything you give Dream, he can turn to gold. And his character fits what they want to do, what they're doing in NXT 2.0 right now. The reason why it looks so, like, he was successful in spite of NXT being what it was. He didn't necessarily fit NXT. Everybody was like, yo, he's probably going to be a better main roster guy. Why? Because Vince will probably be booking him. But now NXT 2.0 looks at, Velveteen slips right in and fits in perfectly. The flamboyantness, the wrestling, the character work, the ridiculous storylines, the sexual innuendos from, like, 90s cartoons and shit. He fits in perfectly. So, like, why not? Just why not? That's how I look at it. Why not?
Yo.
Anywho.
Going back, okay. So now the third and final celebrity match, Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
Match of the weekend.
You think so?
You know what's crazy is I want Pat to win. So I want Pat to win so bad. I really do. But it just makes too much sense for Austin Theory to win. It makes too much sense. So I'm going to go with Austin Theory on this one.
Benny?
I am firmly, matter of fact, not firmly, I am 100%. I have my ticket. I am already seated. My bags are in their compartment. I am on the Pat McAfee train. All right. It is time for Pat McAfee to get that 0 off of his record and go to 1-2. All right. He is not in there with Adam Cole, baby. He is in there with Austin Theory, who can take this L and then go to Raw the next night and be super pissed off and beat Finn Balor and win the United States Championship. All right. I am all about it. Let's go, Pat McAfee for the win.
I love that. I want to be wrong on this one. I want to be wrong so bad. But
I want to agree with you, Benny. I really, really do. But it's Austin Theory, though. They're quietly building him. Like, this is what annoys me. We always ask, build this guy, build this chick, build them slowly. You got almost Austin Theory being built slowly. This was annoying because we see they can build them. But then they got other guys that need to be built like that, and they don't do it. So this was annoying, the consistency of what they do and what they don't do. I don't, like, Austin Theory could take the loss, but I don't think he will take the loss. So I'm with Jay, and I think Austin Theory wins this match. and freaking Pat McAfee still has the big goose egg on the winning side of his record. He keeps
but they need to save that one for when he faces Corey Graves at SummerSlam.
Yeah. I rather see that one, like the battle of the announcers, and you know what I'm saying? Because at that point, it's like Corey could take the L.
Because he's just coming back off of retirement, like
and he's not he's gonna do like one match here and there, whatever, it doesn't matter. And hey, you'll forget it in a year or two when he actually comes back fully that he lost to Pat McAfee. So you're solo on this one, buddy. But you do have you made some points, but it's just Austin Theory and the way they're doing things. I don't think so.
Easy. My thing is if I looked at Austin Theory and saw a world champion, say yeah, I think Austin Theory's ceiling is probably your mid card title to say he wins the Money in the Bank but fails his cash in. That's where I see him.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but you have to remember the one person in charge and how mentality works.
I know. Like I said, I just don't see him as like the not to say he's not world champion material. I just don't see him carrying that title.
I could see him, but I need him to work on his mic skills and a little bit of his in-ring psychology. That's it. He has the look, he has the moveset capabilities of being there, but he's just a couple things away. So it's not like he's not capable of it. He is. He's just still a little green. You know what I mean?
Who are we talking about? Austin Theory?
Yeah.
The thing is, I can't take him seriously. Like
that's my thing. You know what? My bad to cut you off, Jay, but
it's good.
Like, it was spinning in my head while Paul was talking. I'm looking at Austin Theory and I'm seeing. I want you guys to get the correlation. I am seeing Edge from the Edge and Christian days. Absolutely damn good in the ring. Very fun character if you want to root for him, but at the same time, that character is he has a ceiling, and it took a whole character transformation after the fact in order for Edge to become who he became. I see the same thing with Austin Theory, and like I said, right now it's just like I don't know. He can take this L, man.
Like I said before, Austin Theory to me right now is Tyler Breeze dressed as Johnny Gargano. Like he's got to get his own look.
Well, that's what I'm saying though.
Every time I see him with the jackets and the whatever those trunks on, he looks like Johnny Gargano, and then his character is just Prince Pretty, but like a jerk version of Prince Pretty. So I'm like, but who are you? Like what outside of your physical look makes me believe that you are a champion or you are a future world champion? You know what I'm saying? Like what makes Austin Theory? And I don't see that yet. And that's still my problem with Dominic in a lot of ways. I just think Austin Theory is a better wrestler right now than Dominic. But I don't see Austin Theory. I see other characters that they're trying to that he's trying to mesh together, but I don't see Austin Theory. And I think it's probably just because of the stupid selfie thing.
That's what I mean. I think that they're giving him this dumb gimmick to work on everything else. Once he has everything else, then they'll rebuild him, repackage him with something more serious.
Well, that's the thing. The sad part is the perfect gimmick for him is already being used by someone else in a different company. Like MJF / The Miz's gimmick is perfect for Austin Theory. But it's already used. The pretentious, entitled young guy that constantly beats people. How was that what's the for?
He doesn't. All right. So here's the thing. The reason why MJF pulls it off and the Miz pulls it off is they have that asshole look. You know what I'm saying? That you look at them, you like, he looks like an asshole.
I literally said the same thing about Austin Theory when I said
I don't see that with Austin Theory. I see Austin Theory even before this, even when he was like before Gargano, all that stuff, before like I saw him as like a surf up dude, like, you know, like when he had the long tights and everything. Like he looked like a surfer, like kind of look because of his hair.
Me and you see two very different things because when I think surfer, I think Matt Riddle. 100%.
That's part of it, but like Matt Riddle look is like that surfer dude that will wear that hoodie that's like look like that looks like wool.
Mm-hmm.
That's who Matt Riddle reminds me of.
He's a stoner.
Yeah. Austin Theory is the other one, the pretty boy one. The Abercrombie and Fitch model.
The Zac Efron.
Yeah. That's who Austin Theory surfer type looks like. He doesn't look like, he's not the like he's an asshole type of look. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like there's got to be another gimmick for him. What it could be, I don't know. But he still has other things to work with, and he needs this current gimmick to figure out the ring psychology and to perfect his on the mic skills. Once he gets those two, he can get a better gimmick. You know, at that point, this is an easy gimmick. The goofy gimmick is an easy gimmick because anybody can do a goofy gimmick and be silly and stupid about it. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
I just say agree to disagree on that one because
Yeah,
I don't see,
and there's no problem. That's okay.
I don't see that at all.
Yeah. All right. Let's carry on. Now we have the women's tag team titles on. It's
My main event.
4, the fatal 4-way. Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Naomi and Sasha Banks versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Shayna Bazler. All right, first off, who do you think is there to take the pin?
The champs.
Nah.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it's the champs.
Nah, I don't think so.
It feels like it's the champs to me because it's just like
I think this is the blow off. They're gonna blow off on this one. They're after this, they're done.
which is why I think one of them take the pin.
Nah, I think Shayna and Natalya are there for the pin.
I mean,
That's aggressive.
I could see that, but then also I can no longer say that because we said that about Nia and Shayna when they first got put together, and then they had like that 8, 9, 10 month run as a tag team. So like I can't look at Shayna and be like, oh no, she's there to take the pin again. I don't know. That like with them, I don't know. Just like this is a match where it's like it's not that I don't care, it's seriously that 3 of those teams make sense to me. Because you put it on Natalya and Shayna, and it's just, oh, well, this is weird and interesting. Like, I kind of want to see where you guys are going with this. You put it on Liv and Rhea, and it's like, okay, cool. You're putting it on 2 of your placeholders that you kind of want to build for the future. I get it. You put it on Sasha and Naomi, and you finally put that last feather in Team Bad, which is what you wanted for them all that time anyway. And then you sow the seeds of you can keep Sasha away from the titles so that when she finally does turn bad again, it'll have some stakes to it. And then you get to have a blow-off banger with her and Naomi. So like this, I don't know. I really don't know.
Benny?
So I'm going for Carmella and Zelina Vix. I mean, so I'm just messing with y'all.
Bro.
Obviously,
Hold on,
you know
Jake.
exactly who I'm picking.
Yeah.
All right.
Bro.
She's right behind me. All right. This is 100% Homer pick right here. We're all about our Elmwood Park lady. All right. So stop. That has nothing to do with it. There's absolutely nothing to do with it. I've been saying for a while, Jay, you done said the same thing. It is honestly time for Liv to have some type of title around her waist. As far as the other teams in the match, I think the biggest thing that we've been seeing recently, as far as like the champs go, is the fact that they, aside from that one little BS fake out that they had the other week, they're not really on the same page because Carmella is like 100% like I need to be talking and looking at Corey all the time or whatever. I don't think that needs to come into play here, but like that they are the weak link in this as far as like the four teams involved. Shayna and Natalya, you have other built-in challengers for Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Shayna Baszler. I need that match.
I mean, if you're not going to give us the 4 horsewomen, at least give us that.
I need that match. I need that match between Ronda and Shayna. And like I said before, you have 2 other built-in challengers right now for Ronda Rousey in Sasha Banks and Naomi. Regardless of how you want to hold off on it, like whoever's next, maybe you give Charlotte a rematch or whatever after WrestleMania or whatever at Backlash, not WrestleMania Backlash, because that's what the event's called. And then you basically build up from there or whatever. And like I said, you can pretty much just take it from there. The thing about Raw right now is, as we just talking that out right there, SmackDown's women's division looks a lot more robust right now. With what I just went over, Raw's doesn't. So
and they just brought back Raquel Gonzalez to NXT.
Back to NXT. So what I'm thinking,
her and Dakota aren't coming up anytime soon. So
yeah, we got to see if they lose that tag title match, they may be going up. That may be their little farewell. But if you look at it, like the after Becky Lynch for Bianca, the next likely challenger would probably be Rhea Ripley. But that's face versus face. Do they want to do that? So you're talking about building another heel. Maybe you're debuting Raquel Gonzalez at that point.
Possibly.
Maybe just like to kind of sort of book this out, let's just say for argument's sake, Liv and Rhea do win the championships. Who do they immediately feud with aside from Carmella and Zelina Vega if they stay together after that? Sasha and Naomi.
Or Natalya and Shayna.
Right. You can do either or just because of the fact that, okay, y'all won the titles from this team, but y'all didn't beat us.
Right.
Or one of the things that we were talking earlier when we were saying, we're talking about the Street Profits match. The way Riddle and Orton won the tag titles back, Riddle capitalized off Seth Rollins, his move, right? Mm-hmm. He got the pin off of the stomp. God forbid the Street Profits do that. That's how I was thinking about that. What if that is how this match ends? Right? Who is it? Just argument's sake. Who the hell has an impact move? And I'm thinking
Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea has the riptide. She hits the riptide on somebody. Sasha Banks steals the pin or something like that. Sasha and Naomi win the championship. Now Rhea and Liv have a reason to go after them. Like, yo, listen, we had this one or whatever. We won our shot at those titles. So, like I said, either you have a way to actually, kind of sort of get around that and everything like that. So, I'm going with Liv and Rhea, honestly, 1,000%, because, like I said, I need Liv to have a title. And if I can't have her being the singles champion, then I need her as a tag champion.
My heart says Liv and Rhea, but my head says Naomi and Sasha, so I'm gonna go with Naomi and Sasha.
That's where I was leaning towards because of the fact that Vince and everybody on there, well, not everybody, but just Vince, likes to put these tag titles on women that he wants to take out of the title picture for no reason. So I could see him taking both Naomi and Sasha out of the title picture. This is a way to do it. So I agree. Naomi and Sasha.
Swerve the Bella twins are gonna win.
Santina. Oh, Santina and Beth Phoenix are gonna win it.
My blood pressure goes up whenever somebody mentions the Bellas. I swear.
Oh, bro, you're not alone. I'm like, why? Why? You're like literally one move away from breaking your neck and probably being paralyzed. All right. Second to last match, Edge versus AJ Styles.
Ooh, this match.
This match is, you know what sucks for me though, is as much as I waited to see this match, my immediate, I kind of got turned off when they changed Edge music. It was when I checked out. I understand it. I understand the psychology of it. I understand that this is Edge being Edge and trying to be new and reinvent himself and all this other. I get it. But you don't change magic. Okay? Certain things you just don't touch. That's like if Austin came back finally after 19 years and then changed his music. And it's like, yeah. No. That being said, I'm gonna go with AJ. Just because AJ needs a bounce back after losing that feud with Omos.
Benny.
A couple of years ago, we were talking about the tag team championships or whatever, just around the time that the B team was the champions. And I said that they were going to retain their titles because they had just changed their theme. And they want to keep that theme going and in people's heads. I think that's what's going to happen this time too. I don't think it's for that particular reason, but I think that's what's going to happen. And Jay, I might have to break your heart a bit. They were kind of playing a remix of Austin's music on Monday with Kid Rock's Ball with the Ball. Yeah. I hope to God he doesn't come out to that. But it's a possibility. But yeah, I got Edge.
This is tough. But I see this being the first of three. Again. With that being said, in order to keep this going, you know who has to win.
Shane McMahon.
So, Eugene. Swerve. Nah, Edge has to win this one in order to keep it going. If AJ wins this, you could still have it going, but I kind of lose interest because you want AJ to win. You know what I'm saying? You want the face to win. So if the face wins the first one, it's like, what's the sense of keeping the feud going? You know what I mean?
Well, again, you can do what I forgot who just did it. Somebody else just did it. Where the face wins, but the heel stands tall.
You can do that. I just don't trust WWE. I don't know how to do that.
They haven't done it right really since Kane and Undertaker, honestly.
And that's what I'm saying. I just don't trust them. Come on now. But I see Edge pulling this one off. It should be the match of the night in my books. It should be.
In ring wise, yeah.
Yes.
And like I said, I hate to steal other people's thunder, but like I said, Wrestle Talk brought it up earlier. I am waiting to see the Phenomenal Forearm get countered into a spear.
Mm-hmm.
We already got the RKO, so that's like the natural next step.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I want to see AJ put Edge in a Styles clash.
As long as the Edge doesn't put his head the wrong way, then I'm good with it.
Yeah, it should be simple. Don't tuck it in like.
Lean your head back.
Yes.
Just lean it back.
But yeah, it should be, to me, that should be the match of the night. Could be the match of the weekend as well.
Could be. Definitely could be.
You know? So
I want to see Edge bring, what the hell's the name of that move? The Education or the Educator, his submission move, that weird ass wannabe sharpshooter that he does. Yeah. I want to see him bring that back.
I think it was an
Execution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. Yeah, that's what it was. But off to the main event of the entire weekend of this 2-night pay-per-view event. The title unification match that we pretty much all knew was coming. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. This one has been good. Roman and his storyline has been great. And the whole thing with Brock has been interesting. Like, they literally brought him in and there was like, go on air with what you have on. My man went on air with his cowboy shit, and it worked. It literally worked for him. And he's been with it since. And then he had his kid, I think it was his daughter, do his hair. And that was it. It's like, this shit's been working for him. And he's been great. Apparently, there's word that he's been great in the back too. So he's got this new attitude, a good, positive attitude now this time go around, which is a good thing, which is something I wanted to see from him a long time ago. You know? That being said, still don't think he should win it. Still don't think he's going to win it. I think this is going to be a Roman win. It's going to be, of course, a short one because we know Brock, for some reason, he just can't have the long matches. You know? But, I mean, can you blame it? The guy's a freaking almost 400-pound man. That's a lot to move around, man. You know? You're going to get tired. So, I say it's Roman on this one. I want to say it won't be over at Mania. It'll keep going because I think Paul Heyman's gonna get involved. So they might run it back at Backlash. But I'll go with Roman on this one though.
Roman.
Can I be toxic for a second?
Go ahead.
At this point, what else?
Lesnar cannot win this match because Roman Reigns isn't black.
Might be on something, sir. Might be on something.
Oh shit.
All right, so yeah, I'm just fucking around, but I'm not. No, everybody has Roman on this one. Like I said, from what I heard, they're running Drew Roman going forward or whatever after this. So I'm assuming that what we're gonna have going forward is Roman as this unified champion, whether it be one belt or him carrying both belts and defending both belts. The program going forward is supposed to be Roman Drew. So those are the two that you're going to see coming out of here strong and everything like that. And then Brock Lesnar can go and win the United States Championship from Austin Theory. That's the top title of Raw.
So Roman all the way. It's a no-brainer, guys. It's a no-brainer.
I'm wondering, do we get an appearance from The Undertaker outside of the Hall of Fame?
Just gong.
Speaking of,
you're just a gong, and you see him do this, and then the lights go off, and he goes to the next match. He was here.
Don't. Yeah. Speaking of, don't forget they said that they were inducting the Steiner brothers.
Yep. That's a make good.
I was like,
that's a make good. What's the name? Scott Steiner's main beef was with Triple H, and if Triple H is completely done, then that, like I said, that's a make good. Plus Braun Breaker. So
yeah, I was like, the only reason that's going on is because Scott is able to go on air or on there. That's it. If Scott wasn't for some reason able to go there for whatever reason, political between somebody like Chips or whatever, that was not going to happen.
And somebody is going to be standing before he makes a speech. They're going to be standing behind the curtain with a taser. But go ahead, say the wrong thing.
I just hope this leads to them changing Braun Breaker's name.
I've always wanted it because his last name is Rechsteiner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've always wanted him to just be named Rex Steiner.
You know what the funny thing is, though?
Is
for me, anyway, my whole block with Braun Breaker started with the name Braun Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't buy into him because of that name. And I'm like, your name is Rex Steiner. Why not just use Rex Steiner? And then everybody was like, well, his beef is with X, Y, Z. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah. If
there's nothing's worse than the auto-generate when you're creating a character in 2K. There's nothing worse than that. And that's what they did.
Here's the thing. If his father had been more popular than his uncle, it wouldn't have been an issue. But because of the fact that his uncle was more popular than his father, that's where the issue lies.
I think the other thing is, if I remember correctly, Scott Steiner had the rights to the Steiner name or something like that. I don't quote me on that, but that's just something that I had heard. So I maybe it was a legal issue that they couldn't actually use the name, on top of the fact that, we don't want to be promoting somebody that we have like some type of beef with. So
let me look at it right now. PWS had reported that this was simply due to WWE wanting to own the trademark on the name for merchandising.
So it's the Keith Lee problem.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Who am I? Speaking of which, that song is hot. That joke is like on the playlist every day.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's because WWE wants to own the Braun Breaker name. They don't, I guess.
I'm telling you right now, you can own the name, but you're never going to get the guy over with that name.
I guess because of the fact it's hard to, I don't know how, but they own somebody's actual name. Can't remember who it is. They own somebody's actual, John Cena. I think they own his name. So it's like they make money off of his movie appearances. Because
you know what's crazy though? You know what all of this mess had to have come from? The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
All of this mess
started
had
going
to
by
have
Dwayne
come from
Johnson.
The Rock. And that's why he changed his name to Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
No,
he don't even go by The Rock no more. It's just Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson. There's certain things like he'll go with The Rock, like say the Under Armour stuff. That's The Rock.
His IG and Twitter and all that other stuff, because that's just how he's known. But
yeah, but I think the acting one, because of the fact that's different, he goes only by Dwayne Johnson. You don't go by Dwayne The Rock Johnson no more.
I'm just saying, like, the whole reason why I believe this thing came about with them trying to own everybody's name, their likeness, and all this other stuff is because Rock got so much bigger than the industry itself. And Vince is looking at it like, wow, he's the highest paid actor or whatever in the entire world. And I made him.
I think that's part of it. I think the other part comes into play with, like, say, IG handles, the cameos, Twitch. You know what I mean? People trying to use their names as the handle. If you own their name, they can't use that handle. So then you own all that stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just WWE being fucking greedy.
They're WWE being WWE. That's all it is.
It is. It's freaking sick, and it's sick. You know, it's like you're trying to own somebody's actual name, their birth name. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Oh, like Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm. Like the Rhodes name.
They own the Rhodes name, freaking last name.
They did. They did. They don't own it anymore. Cody actually does own it now.
What did he do to get it back? I don't know.
And he went right back to WWE.
He gave them Great American Bash.
That's all it took.
Remember how they did the Great American Bash thing for NXT a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
That was the compromise because right after that he started going by Cody Rhodes again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because he owned Great American Bash. I forgot how it happened, but he bought like the Great American Bash name before because it was like free use or whatever.
Trademark.
If I remember correctly, he trademarked Bash.
The trademark expired.
Yeah, trademarked Bash.
Yeah, that's what it was. He had trademarked Bash, so they couldn't use Great American Bash. So he said, all right, if you're going to do that, you got to give me back my name. I'm curious to see, though, if he comes back because I heard rumors that he'd come back as Stardust. And I'm like,
You better not.
Please don't.
I think these people.
But the problem is what does he come back as? Does he come back as the American Nightmare?
I think so. You have to capitalize on that. People know.
But again, but then does that mean does he sell the rights to them?
No.
I don't know what the question is. How is AJ's deal set up?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
You have to think he owns the logo. It's tatted on his neck. He owns all that. There's no way he's gonna give that up.
But that's what I'm saying. Then they use it? Because I'm like his best gimmick, the gimmick that got him over, that got AEW started, was the American Nightmare gimmick. Uh-huh. And then when he got to AEW and he wanted to be a face for whatever reason, he stopped using the American Nightmare. So like, but the American Nightmare is his heel character. So it's like, because his biggest thing was he never wanted to turn heel in AEW for whatever reason. But his best role in WWE was probably to be a heel, not a babyface.
Yeah.
That's the problem, because unless they literally just go balls to the wall and literally have him pick up the name The American Dream. If they have him go by The American Dream, I can understand it.
They just better not put new in front of it.
No.
The New American Dream. Oh, God. I mean, he is an interracial couple, so it definitely is a New American Dream.
And then you can have Velveteen Dream come back and you can call it a Dream Team.
Oh God, no! Please.
I like it. I kind of like it. I'm kind of digging it. I'm not gonna lie.
It sounds corny as fuck, man. This shit works.
But I kind of dig it. Like it.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds corny as fuck, but it works.
It's corny. It's corny enough that it'll sell merch. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So, interested to see how May is going to turn out. There's so much that can happen. Like it's one of those where like we know it's gonna suck, but we're gonna watch because of the swerves and the turns. Because this is their Super Bowl. This is the end of the season show for them. So they're closing out stuff and they're starting new stuff. So not only is Mania what to watch, but also the Monday night after Mania, because that's when like new things come up. Because if Cody Rhodes will show up on Mania on the weekend,
he's showing up on Monday.
On Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
He's showing up Monday Night Raw. Same with Gabe Stevenson. He's probably gonna show up. And what's his name? The Indian guy.
Oh, Veer. No, Veer's already announced for Monday.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
He's supposed to be making his appearance.
You know what's crazy is I kind of want Gable Stevens to come out to Kurt Angle's music, because I don't know what music you give him at this point that's any more perfect.
No, you know what'd be funny if Veer comes out, he's a heel, and then Gable Stevenson comes out and just trashes him. Like, dude, you literally had this man pumped up, and then you just trash
since the draft.
Oh, side note: somebody made an NFT out of the slap, and it just sold for $44K.
Bro,
Did Jada
this is the
buy it?
world we live in. I can't.
I don't put it past anybody doing that.
Was it Jada that bought it?
And with that, we end the show. And final thoughts, Jay?
Just don't let it suck. That's all I ask. Just don't let it suck. Because that's where my bar is.
keep me awake for both nights, and I'll be satisfied. Just keep me awake. That's all. I just want to stay awake.
Benny?
Nothing really. Just want to see where they go from here.
All right. So keep it plain and simple. Peru is in the playing game for the World Cup, so I don't give a damn how the hell.
Nothing to do with this.
Nothing to do with this. I'm happy. We're in a playing game. We should be winning that game. We're gonna be in the World Cup again. Whatever happens, I mean, is not gonna perturb me. I'm happy. I'm in a happy place. So the show can suck balls, but I'll still be happy. But I agree. But I agree with Jay. And that's the thing is like the go home shows. Well, I haven't seen Friday yet, but everything leading to Mania has been like ass. It's just
Booty
like,
meat.
Yeah, it's just been like
Great.
it's not going nowhere. Storyline's kind of so interested to see where they're gonna end it off and go with it. Just wanted to end.
Yo, the Celtics suck, yo.
Damn, my bad. Sorry. But it's like you just take the. It's like Yeller, boom, end it.
Just please, just
yeah. Somebody just wanted to end. So with that being said, it's like I can't wait to see it. Somebody's end and what's starting new, and with the Monday night Raw after Mania. So let's see what they put on. Good luck to everybody, and hopefully no injuries. Hate to see injuries at all.
true.
Thank you everybody for joining us, and maybe we'll have a review of Mania, or the two-nighter.
Maybe.
Maybe later.